Hello, try that again, shall we? Hello and welcome to the latest Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one we're back on the old Commodore 64 again. Now this is Zoids, which was released in 1986 and does not give you any chance to bloody hang around. You've got to bloody get moving from the moment you play it, and unfortunately it doesn't have any kind of title page, so like it or not, you're off and running from the moment you start, or from the moment it loads, which I've never been a big fan of. So anyway, yes, this game came out in '86. It was written by Binary Vision and the Electronic Pencil Company and released by Martech, I believe. And perhaps the most well-known thing about it is the Rob Hubbard soundtrack here, which is arguably one of his finest. Now the game itself is bloody difficult to try and explain, so I'll have a stab anyway. Each of these four icons on either side of the main display control various areas. This one, for example, controls your shield rotation. You only have so much power, so you need to shield what you consider to be the most important area. I always shield this thing. And this thing allows you to lay on and collect spy mines and power pods. This one here is your status panel, and as you can see it's telling me that I am currently controlling a spider Zoid and that I have 0 Zoidzilla pieces. That's hardly surprising. In the 28 years that I've been playing this game, I have only once ever been able to pick up a Zoidzilla piece. I can't remember what Zoid I was controlling as a result of it. But the idea of the game is to collect as many of the Zoidzilla pieces as there are, and I can't even remember how many there are. And once you've basically completely built Zoidzilla and you're in control of him, you then head to find Redhorn the Terrible, the leader of the Red Zoids, and try and blow him up. This is the sensors. I'm not 100% sure what turning them off does, but if you turn them off, click on them and they turn blue, you turn them off. Same with acting. I think that's some sort of data reader thing. Now on the main screen, to actually do anything, you need to click on there, and any other targets, you are basically this blue square. Any other targets will be around. So this one, okay, the base for the Serpent Zoid, and the Serpent Zoid is actually present within that base. Now it's not necessarily a good idea to stir up trouble with him, but I may do anyway. Now the remaining icons are all your weapons. This one here is the railgun, this one here is your missile, and this one, not really a weapon as such, but it's a radio transmitter jammer. And at the top and bottom of the screen you have basically a health status. This is the health of your Zoid itself. The bottom one, I can never remember what it is. I think it's something to do with your radio transmissions or something. So let's try and do something anyway. What I will do, which may annoy people, is turn the music off, because I find it easier to concentrate without that thumping great music going on. I find it even more easy to concentrate if I'm not smoking the bag at the same time, which is precisely what I am doing. So bear with me. Right, as we now, let's attack the Serpent base. So we're going to be using the railgun for this. Now, to destroy it, you have to get the flashing square in the middle and keep it there, while also hitting it with your shots. Now, as you can see, you don't get enormous, a huge amount of shots to hit it. And this is one of my worst goes. I can usually destroy the base, but not this time. And now, the serpent has been basically made very aware of my presence, and he's now coming after me, as you can see from the animation on the shields icon. So I'm going to get the hell out of here. Now, there's a very high possibility. Okay, we've got an incoming missile. Well, there's not much point in scanning it. Let's just see if we can try and divert it. To do that, you use either sonic flares. Sonic flare hasn't done a thing, so we need to use heat flares, which has diverted it, but it's still on course. And yeah, okay, so I've been hit by that missile. That hasn't done me any favours. Neither does the fact that I've stopped completely dead still. I'm still trying to get the hell out of here. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, another missile coming in. Alright, well, let's hope it's the same kind of missile. So, heat flare should do the trick. Yes, it is. It's deflected, and it has been dealt with. Right, well, I may regret this, but let's head towards this city area. There's only a 16% certainty that a Zoidzilla piece is in this city. And that's almost certainly a spine back. Yep, they're there to defend the city. Now, 2 missiles is usually enough to destroy a spine back, so let's see if we can do that. I missed with the first missile. Let's try again. I missed with the fucking second one as well. Right, well, let's try and take out the city anyway. I've missed with a fucking how can you miss a city with a missile? It's standing right in front of you, it's not moving. I've now got 2 fucking spine backs here, so fuck it, I'm pissing off. Now, as you may have deduced from seeing this being played, this game is incredibly complicated. And when you also consider that the Zoids were collected by kids, it's overly complicated, I think, because even me today, I seriously struggled with this fucking game. I always have done. It is extremely fucking hard and extremely fucking complicated, and to be honest, for the vast majority of the time there is absolutely nothing on screen that would give you any indication that this is anything to do with Zoids whatsoever. The whole idea of Zoids was that you had fun putting them together, and back in the day I used to collect Zoids myself. That started quite early. I started collecting them before the whole blue Zoids and red Zoids thing came along. And then when the red Zoids bit came out, I started collecting them in earnest, and as well as Zoidzilla himself, which I had the Great Gorgon, I had the Giant Zerk, I had I think actually that was all of the large ones that I had. But I had a lot of the the wind-up ones, including all of the wind-up red Zoids as well as all the wind-up blues. So I was quite a fan. So I was more than intrigued when this game was released. And when it came out, it was an epic disappointment. I hated it, because it just had so little to do with Zoids themselves, and that's a problem that continues today. Okay, we've destroyed the base there that Serpent was in. Unfortunately, it means that the Serpent Zoid is now absolutely after my blood. Well, I damaged him. See if I can damage him a bit more. Yep, definitely damaged him there. We'll try one more with a missile and then we'll see how much more damage we need to do with the railgun. He's so close actually that I really can't miss. There he is. Okay, we'll do one more with a missile. You only have a limited number of missiles. Got him again. Alright, so that's the railgun selected. Let's see. Oh, fucking hell, I barely scratched him. Getting that cursor, the flashing thing to appear in the centre of the screen so you can hit it is ridiculously hard. For some moments it's moving quite quickly, then it moves slow, and yeah, I didn't get a single fucking hit on him. Now I've got another red Zoid approaching. So we'll try with that missile, but I'm taking a monumental amount of hits. I've got, yeah, two areas that have no power left. 3 areas now. So I can't check my status, I can't use my missiles, and my sensors are offline as well. If I can avoid being hit more, which in fact I'm not going to do, I'm going to go back and just end it all. So yeah, he has his orders to try and destroy me, so yeah, well, okay, he's now out of range. Let's go back and try and get him. I mean, I've gone down to 50% damage. The damage bar is halfway, but okay, it sounds like I'm dead, so once this section is over, that's me finished. My Zoid has been destroyed by the Serpent there. And that really is the game summed up. You know, extremely complicated. Even if you've got the instruction manual, it's about as user-friendly as well, something, whatever you can think of that is not at all user-friendly. It's you know, on top of the huge amount of complexity, it's also ridiculously hard. And I just hate it. Graphically, I guess it's okay, even if you take into account the fact that hardly anything on screen bears any resemblance to the Zoids that it's supposed to be connected with. Sound-wise, the sound effects work quite well. The music is superb, but let's put the music back on. But really, the music and the sound effects are the only decent things about it. Everything else about it, I just think it's fucking awful. I hate it. So what do I rate it? I'll give it 2 out of 10 because I guess, well, the music's great, and I guess it was quite an ambitious title. But they shouldn't have bothered. They should have made it something that the younger kids would have been able to enjoy. I mean, it was mostly younger kids who collected Zoids, so they should have brought out a game aimed at that audience. And instead they brought out this, and it, completely understandably, it put kids off. It put me off, and I was, 14 when this came out, so, yeah, not a favourite. So 2 out of 10 for Zoids. Could have been brilliant, it ended up being shite. So that brings this video to an end, and we'll see you at the next video.